Want to improve your business English? Well, you've come to the right place. In today's global environment, effective communication is more crucial than ever. And when it comes to the world of business, speaking the language fluently and understanding the jargon can make all the difference. That's why we've compiled a list of 10 essential business English phrases. These expressions are your key to navigating business meetings, correspondences, and casual workplace chats with ease and confidence. Not only will they help you understand your colleagues better, but they will also enable you to express your thoughts more succinctly and professionally. Whether you're a seasoned executive or just starting out on your career journey, these phrases are sure to give your business English a boost and set you apart from the crowd. So, are you ready to upgrade your business English? Let's dive right in. Our first phrase is touch base. This phrase has roots in baseball, where players must touch the bases as they run around the field. In a business context, it means to briefly make contact with someone, usually to update or be updated on a situation. Let's say you're working on a project with a colleague who's currently out of town. You might send them an email saying, "Just wanted to touch base and see how your part of the project is coming along." Or perhaps you're a manager wanting to check in with your team. You might say in a meeting, "Let's touch base next week to see where we're at with this." Using touch base in your communications can make them feel more friendly and less formal. It's a great phrase to use when you want to keep the lines of communication open without seeming too pushy. So next time you want to catch up with someone, don't forget to touch base. Moving on to our second phrase, circle back. In the bustling world of business, it's not always possible to delve into every topic or issue in one meeting or email. That's where the phrase circle back comes into play. To circle back to something means to follow up or revisit the topic at a later time. Imagine you're in a meeting discussing a project and a new, unexpected issue arises. You might not have the time or resources to address it immediately. So you would say, "Let's circle back to this issue once we have more information." Or perhaps you're writing an email to a colleague about a report they've sent over. You have some questions about a few points, but you also have an urgent task to complete. You could write, "I'll circle back to your report later this afternoon." So, there you have it, circle back. A handy phrase for managing time and maintaining focus. Remember, when you need to revisit a topic, just circle back to it. Our third phrase is take it offline. This term is quite a common one in the business world, especially in the realm of meetings and discussions. When we say take it offline, we're suggesting that the current topic or issue at hand should be discussed outside of the current public forum. This could mean a private meeting, a separate email thread, or even a quick phone call. For instance, imagine you're in a team meeting and a couple of colleagues start a heated debate about a particular project detail. It's turning into a lengthy discussion, distracting everyone from the main agenda. You might step in and say, "Let's take this offline and focus on the broader topics for now." This phrase can be a polite way of managing time effectively, ensuring that meetings stay on track and everyone's voice is heard. So, when a discussion needs to be taken out of the public eye, you can suggest to take it offline. The fourth phrase on our list is deep dive. This phrase is commonly used in business contexts when referring to a thorough determination or analysis of a topic or issue. It's like plunging into the depths of the ocean, seeking to uncover every detail, every nuance. Let's illustrate this with a couple of examples. Suppose you're part of a marketing team and you're looking at the performance of a recent campaign. You might say, "Let's take a deep dive into the analytics to understand why our engagement rates have dropped." Or if you're in a management meeting discussing the company's financial performance, you might hear, "We need to take a deep dive into our expenditure to identify potential cost-saving opportunities." Remember, deep dive is all about in-depth investigation, about peeling back the layers to get to the core of a matter. So, when you need to thoroughly investigate a subject, don't hesitate to take a deep dive. Our fifth phrase is low-hanging fruit. This phrase is often heard in the business world, and it essentially refers to tasks or goals that can be accomplished with relative ease. Picture an apple tree with fruit at varying heights. The low-hanging fruit is the easiest to reach and therefore the first to be picked. Similarly, in business, we use this phrase to focus on the most easily achievable tasks or goals first, to gain momentum or demonstrate progress. For example, a sales team might target customers who are already familiar with the company's products as low-hanging fruit because they require less effort to convert into sales. Or a project team might choose to tackle simpler tasks at the start of a project to show immediate results. It's about securing those quick wins to boost morale and build confidence. Remember, when you want to achieve quick wins, go for the low-hanging fruit. Moving on to the 6th phrase, on my radar. This phrase is a metaphor borrowed from the world of aviation, where radar is used to detect aircraft or other objects. When something is on your radar, it means you're aware of it, you're paying attention to it, or you're keeping an eye on it. It could be a situation, it could be a person, or it could be a task that needs to be accomplished. Let's say, for instance, you're a project manager and you've been told about potential issues that could delay the project. You might say, "Thanks for bringing that to my attention. It's now on my radar." Or maybe you're a team leader and a colleague has been consistently performing well. You might tell your superior, "John has been doing great work recently. He's really on my radar for a promotion." So, when you're aware of something, it's on your radar. Our 7th phrase is push the envelope. This colloquial phrase has its roots in the world of aviation, where the envelope refers to the boundaries within which an aircraft can safely operate. To push the envelope is to test or go beyond these boundaries, to venture into uncharted territory. In the world of business, pushing the envelope carries a similar connotation. It's all about surpassing the status quo, challenging existing norms, and striving for excellence. It's about being bold, innovative, and not being afraid to take risks. Imagine you're working on a project and you propose a groundbreaking solution that's never been tried before. You're not just sticking to the tried and true methods, you're daring to think outside the box. You're pushing the envelope. Or maybe your team consistently exceeds targets, going above and beyond what's expected. That's pushing the envelope too. So, when you're trying to innovate or exceed expectations, you're pushing the envelope. The 8th phrase on our list is game changer. A game changer is a term we often hear in various contexts, but in the business world, it takes on a very specific meaning. It refers to an event, idea, or procedure that affects a significant shift in the current manner of doing or thinking about something. Consider an innovative technology that revolutionizes the way we work, or a groundbreaking strategy that propels a company far ahead of its competitors. These are game changers. They disrupt the status quo and rewrite the rules of the game. To use it in a sentence, you might say, "The introduction of our new software was a game changer for the industry." Or perhaps hiring that marketing expert was a game changer for our sales department. So when something significantly affects your business or industry, it's a game changer. Our 9th phrase is in the pipeline. This is a phrase that originates from the oil industry, where pipelines are used to transport crude oil from the source to the refinery. In the business world, this phrase has a similar connotation. When we say something is in the pipeline, we mean it's being planned or developed. It's a great way to refer to future projects or deals that are currently underway but not yet completed. Consider this example. A colleague might ask, "What's new in our product line?" You could respond, "We have a revolutionary new gadget in the pipeline, expected to launch next quarter." Here, "in the pipeline" refers to the new gadget that is being developed. Or, if you're asked about future company plans, you might say, "We have several exciting initiatives in the pipeline for the coming year." This clearly indicates that plans are being made, even if they're not ready to be revealed just yet. So, when something is being planned or developed, it's in the pipeline. And finally, our 10th phrase, hit the ground running. This phrase is often used in the business world, and it means to start a project quickly and energetically. Think of it as a metaphor. When you hit the ground running, you're not just stepping forward, you're taking a leap, and you're doing it with momentum. Imagine you're a project manager and your team has just been awarded a new contract. You don't have the luxury of slowly easing into the work. The deadlines are tight. You need to mobilize your team, allocate resources, set goals, and start executing the plan immediately. In this context, you would say to your team, "We need to hit the ground running on this project." Or perhaps you've just joined a new company and there's a lot to learn. You don't have time to sit back and observe. You need to dive right in and start contributing. You could say, "I plan to hit the ground running in my new role." So, when you start a project quickly and energetically, you hit the ground running. And that, my friends, wraps up our list of 10 essential business English phrases. We've journeyed from touching base, a simple check-in, to circling back, a promise to revisit a topic. We've learned to take it offline, moving discussions away from group meetings, and to deep dive into a subject for a more thorough understanding. We've discovered the low-hanging fruit, the easily achievable goals, and what it means to have something on our radar. We've explored pushing the envelope, striving for innovation, and game changers, those transformative factors that shift the playing field. We've peeked into the pipeline, anticipating future projects, and finally, we've learned to hit the ground running, to start a task immediately and energetically. Each of these phrases carries a world of meaning in a few simple words, making your communication more effective and nuanced. Remember, effective communication is key in the business world, so keep these phrases in your arsenal and you'll be sure to impress.